Hello everybody, this is Andrew Broussard and welcome to my classroom. I apologize for the mess, but today is the day they asked us to come in and start cleaning up our classrooms. We've been out of school since March 13th, so it's been about over 2 months of being at home. Today's the 20th of May. I believe it's the 20th of May. All the time's still adding together. But anyway, with wrapping up the classroom, cleaning it up for the year, I wanted to wrap up the fountain pens in the classroom project. Earlier this school year, which seems like so long ago, I was using fountain pens in my classroom. I was using them to write, and students started to ask about the fancy pens that I had. So I had some Chinese knockoff pens of the Parker 51, I believe, and I started giving some out. And the students really liked it, and I posted on Reddit about it, saying how I gave out some fountain pens to my students. And then people started responding, seeing how much they loved that I did that, and they wanted to contribute. They had some extra fountain pens that they weren't using. They had some extra inks that they weren't using, and they wanted to send them for the students. So throughout the school year, I received a lot of different inks from people. They had maybe half-filled bottles, or people actually ordered ink to be sent here. I had people send their pens that they no longer used. I even had people order pens to send to me, and I had pens shipped. One company, Loft Pens in England, had sent a whole bunch of pens that they had. And it was just an amazing outpouring. And every time I'd post about it, people would send more and more, and it was just fantastic. So the way I had run it at first was I had had pens here that I had filled up. That was taking a lot of time. Then I started putting new pens here for students to take, and in this section I would have a whole bunch of ink and I would show them how to fill it up. And then I had an area for students to borrow pens that were already filled, that were kind of more on the expensive end. Now, I learned a few things. I started to keep the nicer pens back here and would give them out systematically. I would have students come that weren't my students, they were 9th graders, 10th graders, would come in and ask about those pens, and I would give those out to those kids. And I would teach them how to fill out fountain pens during lunch. And I'd have other students come and fill things up. So some things that I learned was that regardless if it was a borrow pen or a keep pen, pens walk away. You're watching so many things in a classroom, that's gonna happen. You're gonna do that. So if you wind up incorporating this in your classroom, that's gonna happen. Things that students really enjoyed. The Hero knockoffs, the Hero 616 of the Parker, those were cheap and easy. People sent the Lamy knockoffs. Those were cheap and easy as well. Somebody had sent me the Gin House Sharks and the Gin House Swans, and the students ate those up. I kept those back here to give as gifts. Other ones that they liked was the piston fillers. I think that was the Wing Sung. However, some kids were getting ink all over themselves. So there's a lot of different things that they liked, but those cheap pens, they loved it. I had gotten an email from one of my students. Somebody had sent me a whole bunch of mechanical pencils, and I let my physics class pick through them to take one for them. And one kid had found one that matched one that he had in ballpoint. So he had a collection take place, which was really cool. And he emailed me saying that he was taking his, I think a DE biology or DE calculus test. And it was gonna be paper and pencil, and he thanked me for the fountain pen, saying it was the first time he ever got something like that from a teacher. That was something special. And he said he was gonna use that mechanical pencil on his DE final. So that was really cool to read. And then coming back, there was a note in my mailbox from one of my students. And if I go all the way down, let's see if I can find it. I have a bearded dragon at home. So this line says, "I miss looking at pictures of your bearded dragon," because I would show kids about Naga, "and getting cool new pens." So I had gotten emails from kids, and I even got handwritten notes from kids thanking about the fountain pens, and those fountain pens came from y'all. So thank you. Now, what I wanted to do, so this is kind of a wrap up video. I wanted you all to think about, if you're a school teacher, how you can incorporate pens in the classroom. feel free to ask me questions about how things went and the things that I learned. If you know somebody that's a school teacher and that utilizes fountain pens, think about maybe donating some fountain pens to them and talking about having it within the classroom. The third thing, I would eventually I'm not really good at Reddit and all of these different mediums. I can figure out how to put a video on Reddit, and I can figure out how to respond and sometimes message people. But I don't know how new sticky threads work or how to contact a moderator. But it would be really cool if we had a thread where people posted if they're a school teacher or not, and if they were looking for stuff for their classroom, pen-wise or ink-wise or pencil-wise, any type of supplies. Because we all have a collection of extra pens that we have at home. So those are a few things, and like I said, today's March 20th. May 20th. January, March, April, May, right? May 20th. School's gonna be out for 2.5 months now. I have plenty of inks. I'll probably order some cheap Chinese pens. I'm not sure what shipping is looking like from China right now. But I'll keep this process going next year. And I would like for you guys to do the same. Maybe we can start having this take place. Hope you all stay safe and healthy, and hopefully we go into next school year without any complications due to this whole COVID-19 thing. So thank you all again, and hopefully I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.